So spinach is one of our absolute favourite crops over winter, mainly because it grows really well over winter, but also it's just super sweet. I don't think it actually needs a frost, but the temperature needs to have dropped down to sort of maybe 2-3 degrees or something like that. And I'm not exactly sure of the temperature, but it seems to then sort of trigger this process where the starches start to convert into sugars and the leaves just sweeten up and they just crisp up really nicely. So it just becomes a real mainstay of our diet, and we'll eat it cooked in all sorts of different ways, of course, and we'll eat it in salads, mainly the smaller leaves in salads. Anyway, what I thought I'd do is I'd just show you around the different beds that we've got of spinach, the different successions, so you can see how they're all doing. And I'll just talk about the timings and things like that. And we will start new spinach probably in late January, early sort of February time, which will take over from the spinach that we've got in the ground at the moment, but it won't be ready until sort of April time. So this spinach at the moment, this is the stuff that we're harvesting pretty much every week between now and April, when, as I say, new spinach will come on stream. Let's start off with these two little troughs, and these are in the polytunnel. And I just had a few spare plants and just popped them in there, and just been harvesting these for baby leaf for the salad mixes. And even this little tiny amount here has been really useful, and the taste is absolutely great. So even if you've got a tiny little spot, then this is pretty good. And a friend of mine, I gave her one of these troughs and she's got it outside, and it's doing pretty well outside as well. Maybe even better than this stuff inside, because it's just been so mild. So this is my oldest bed. It's interplanted with salad onions, and it's pretty much coming to the end now. So I always plan to replace it, not because it won't kind of regrow and recover in March time, just because I won't need all this spinach in March. So I always plan basically to kind of harvest September, October, November and into early December at one bed, and then take it out and replant it with, say, lettuces for sort of March, April time. And then I just rely on my main bed. This is my oldest bed. It's under a low tunnel, which is pretty heavy. And you can see this is also interplanted with loads and loads of salad onions. But this bed looks way, way more healthy. There's a few little bits and pieces of little holes and things like that from slugs, but pretty much it's looking good. And it's actually going to look better probably as the weather cools a little bit, because it's probably been just a little bit too warm for it underneath this low tunnel. But it's doing pretty well. It's harvested every week. I actually find that spinach does better in a cold frame with a little bit more ventilation, but also this is just not got all those salad onions in. But salad onions are probably just as important crop as spinach for us, so you just have to interplant them wherever we can. But pretty happy with this bed. So this is just a little bit younger. This is probably about 3 weeks younger, I think, than the other bed. And as a result, it'll go to seed just that little bit later. And all of these beds basically just go to seed. They all follow each other by about 2 weeks. And so you have about a sort of 6 week period from the oldest spinach starting to go to seed and the youngest spinach going to seed. And that gives us just enough time to get our new crops going. So this is another cold frame bed and another really nice bed of spinach. And we're picking again this every week. We're just picking this one, the smaller leaves, for salad mixes. We've got a lot of lettuce at the moment, but spinach at this time of year is just really nice in the salad mixes, so it doesn't really matter that we've got a lot of lettuce. I suppose also what matters is that we're saving the lettuce for winter, midwinter, when lettuce really doesn't grow very well and spinach just keeps on growing. So this is my youngest bed. I just planted this one today, and the adjacent bed will be planted in 2 weeks' time with these babies, and this one won't be ready until spring. If you want to know more about growing spinach, then I do recommend you take a look at my ebook. There's a link to that down below. What you want it for is the link to the individual growing guides, and then just scroll down until you find spinach. And there you'll find a pretty comprehensive guide. It's got all my favourite varieties, planting techniques, timings, and all of that sort of thing in it. And yeah, I mean, we grow a lot of spinach, so it should be a pretty good guide. So I hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.